Hi friends, in this video lecture we will discuss about body fluids and circulation. This is chapter number 18th of class 11th NCERT biology. Here in this chapter we have to discuss the basics, how body fluids is getting circulated in our body, what are the parts or component of body fluids and circulation. So first about the chapter. There are two words, body fluid and second one is circulation. So body fluid is about all the liquid substances which are filled inside the body of human. Why? Because this is under human physiology. So mainly we have to deal with human body. So liquid which are filled inside human body, this is known as body fluids. And how these body fluids are getting circulated or transported from one place to another place, one side to another side, this is about circulation. So if we discuss about body fluid first, this is the medium for transportation in our body. All useful as well as harmful substances, they are moving from one side to another side with the help of these body fluids. There are so many types of body fluids that we have to discuss, but before that there are few more informations that we have to deal with. So here 60% of individual's body weight is made by water. Just for example, suppose there is a person of 70 kg weight, so 60% of that 70 kg, that is nearly 42 kg. So in a 70 kg weight person, there is 42 kg of water. So we can imagine about how much weightage of water is there in an individual body. Now one more thing, when fat content of individual body increases, then water content decreases. Means if there is a obese man, with respect to that, if there is a lean man, in lean man water content will be comparatively more. Same, women are comparatively more fleshy, more fatty, then they have less water content with respect to same height of male. Now there are two types of body fluid. The first one is intracellular fluid or ICF, second one is extracellular fluid or ECF. So intracellular fluid as given here, this is inside the cell. This fluid is present inside the cell, while extra, so this is outside or in between the cells. So here this is the diagram of a cell, just a rough representation. So this is a cell and inside the cell there is cytoplasm. In cytoplasm what substances are there? This is very important. So given in chapter cell as well as also in neural control and coordination. So this information is very important. Here this is ICF, intracellular fluid, inside the cells, and here this is cell membrane. So outside the cell membrane, that is ECF, extracellular fluid. So inside the cell there is very high concentration of potassium ion, phosphate ion and proteins. Moderate concentration of magnesium ion as well as sulfate ion. Next, very low concentration of sodium and chloride ion, while almost nil concentration is there for calcium ion. While in extracellular fluid the concentration of sodium and chloride is very high, while there is moderate concentration of bicarbonate ion, while rest all like potassium ion, calcium ion, magnesium ion, phosphate and organic acids, they are very low in quantity. Now if we discuss about individual cell, so cell to cell there may be a little bit variation for composition, but almost this is nearly same for unicellular to multicellular organism. Here about extracellular fluid, if we discuss, there are so many types of fluid. So first this is given here, interstitial fluid, this also known as tissue fluid or body fluid. Where this is present? This is present in between the cells, and this is composition wise very similar to that of sea water. So this is given here resembling like sea water. Second one is CSF. This is cerebrospinal fluid. This fluid is very important. The further information is again given in chapter neural control and coordination. So where this CSF is filled? So the first side is ventricles of brain. What are ventricles? So these are the cavities inside the brain that are known as ventricles. Next, central canal of spinal cord. So inside the spinal cord there is a hollow cavity that is known as central canal. This is also filled by CSF. And the third side is subarachnoid space. This is the space which is present in between the meninges. What are meninges? So this is tri-layered protective covering that is present in central nervous system. So central nervous system is carrying two components, brain and spinal cord. So here this is present in both brain and spinal cord. Just if we discuss about the layers, there are three layers. This is dura mater, then arachnoid, then pia mater. These are the three layers, and all the three together with considered as meninges. Here this outer one is dura mater, this inner one, the innermost one is pia mater, and this middle one is arachnoid, DAP. The space which is here in between dura mater and arachnoid known as subdural space, while that is here in between arachnoid and pia mater, this is known as subarachnoid space. So here this is subarachnoid space of CNS, that is brain and spinal cord, which is filled with CSF. What is here about the role of CSF? So this is functioning as a shock absorber. This protects the central nervous system from any kind of injury. So better to say shock absorber. Next, this is about intraocular fluid. This is again very important. So ocular word is related with eye. So this fluid is present here in eyeball. There are actually two fluid. The outer one is known as aqueous fluid, while the inner one is vitreous fluid, or we can say aqueous humor or vitreous humor. When we discuss about the structure of eye, just for example, here this is lens, and this portion here is cornea. So in between lens and cornea, here there is a liquid. This liquid is known as aqueous humor, while here there are tri-layered covering. This is tri-layered covering. The inner one is known as retina. These are three layers. Outer one is sclera, middle one is choroid, and inner one is retina. Innermost is retina. So here this is lens. So in between lens and retina, here is a liquid. This liquid is known as vitreous humor. So this is vitreous humor, this is aqueous humor, or vitreous fluid and aqueous fluid. The further detail is again related with neural control and coordination chapter. So this is for maintaining the shape of eye or eyeball. So this is intraocular fluid. The next one is synovial fluid. That is very common. I think you know all about this. So this is present in between any of the two bone joint, and this will again for frictionless movement as well as for shock absorber. After this, there are so many types of fluid that are considered as extracellular fluid. These are like digestive fluids, blood fluid, that is blood plasma, lymph fluid, that is lymph plasma, serous fluid. This is the fluid which is present around kidney, around heart, around lungs. So like pericardial fluid, visceral fluid, this is serous fluid. And last, this is about urinary tract fluid. So these are variety of fluids that are present inside the cells or outside the cells, that is extracellular fluid. Now about circulation. So what is circulation? We earlier discussed. This is about transportation of substances from one side to another side. Here if we discuss about transportation, so in unicellular organism this is occurring directly. Like this is a single celled organism, for example amoeba or paramecium, they are always in contact with water. So here there is direct exchange of materials that may be useful or harmful with respect to their surrounding. But when complexity develops in multicellular organism, there will be more number of cells, and every and each cell is not here direct contact with atmosphere or water body. That's why there is need of a specific system that will help in all these kind of transportation. So in case of multicellular animals, here for human beings there is a special type of circulatory system that is known as cardiovascular system. There are three components of cardiovascular system. This is about blood vessels and heart. So we will discuss about that. Now before that, what are the function of this circulation or circulatory system in body? So these functions are given here. Like this one is helpful for transportation of nutrients from one place to another place. When there is digestion, after digestion food material is getting mixed by absorption in blood, and by blood this circulated to whole of the body cells. Now by body cells this one is taken in. Next one is about transportation of nitrogenous waste. So nitrogenous waste that is produces by individual cells because of protein metabolism, that nitrogenous waste is harmful or toxic in nature, so removal of that is necessary. This is also carried by blood. Next, respiratory gaseous transportation or exchange. So we already discussed this one in breathing and gaseous exchange chapter. This is plasma of blood and blood cells, especially RBCs. They are the chief regions, the chief sites that are responsible for transportation of O2 and CO2 in our body. 97% oxygen is transported by hemoglobin of RBC, 3% is transported by plasma. For carbon dioxide transportation, 7% is by plasma, while 70% in form of bicarbonate ion with RBCs, and 20 to 25% is transported along with hemoglobin of RBC. The next one is about transportation of hormones. So hormones, as we know, these are the substances which are secreted by endocrine gland. They are just getting mixed in blood, and by blood they circulated to their target sites, which are taken by the receptor cells. The last one is about transportation of water. So water transportation, heat transportation, all this is managed by circulatory system of our body. So thanks for this video lecture. If you like, then please make a thumbs up sign and also share with your friends. Stay tuned, stay connected for more next latest coming video lecture. Thanks.